Dan Danger Deane, if you're joining us live on pay-per-view, great for you to tune in. We've got Dan Deane representing RGA Bucks coming in here in the lightweight division. Formerly an 84 kilo fighter, after that a 77 kilo fighter, and now he's made the jump all the way down to 70 kilos. And Dan Deane's going to be meeting Sebastin Fossen from Bergen Kampsport Center. Been doing a bit of training with Dan Deane, so I've been inside, a bit of a fly on the wall in his camp. He's been working so hard on his grappling, his wrestling, his striking. He's trained a lot with Neil McLeod, a real, to use Chris Fensom's word, OG of the UK MMA scene. He's got incredible athleticism, incredible cardio. He's well supported, well coached, and he's just been looking to put together a couple of wins. He's never had an easy fight, but he's got all the tools to make himself successful this evening. He's getting his final inspection there. He's got his gum shield, he's got his box. He's absolutely massive at 70 kilos. From 6'2", he runs marathons. He's got very rangy, long, wide. Sebastin Fossen walks in silence. If there's nothing, there's got to be something less intimidating than that. But, oh my God. Oh, they're looking for his gum shield. Has he got it? Oh, they do. That's a good corner team there. Sebastin Fossen looking to come in. He's representing Bergen Kampsport Central. We've seen some really slick striking from him. Very calm in the pocket. Looking to land punches and bunches, mixing up strikes, etc. I think he will be the shorter of the two fighters, so it'll be interesting to see how range plays itself out. Dan Deane just waiting in there very patiently. Sebastin Fossen just about to take his position. Sebastin Fossen coming all the way from Norway. You know that he's not looking to come here lightly. Wants to get the victory.
This out in the 70 kilogram division. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner, representing West Racing Academy Aylesbury, it's Dan Deane! And his opponent in the red corner, representing Bergen MMA, it's Sebastin Fossen! It's our referees,
It's a very intimidating stare down between both of these men. Deane does appear to be is definitely the taller fighter. He'll be rangier as well, but punching and kicking range is much different. You've seen Dan Deane has a highlight reel knockout, head kick knockout. There they go. They don't touch gloves in the center. They're both looking to throw down. Both come out in the orthodox stance. Kick glances off. Sebastin Fossen looks to returning second. Ooh! Parries it away, does Dan Deane. He throws a body kick of his own. Sebastin Fossen looking to grip up, get the body lock, possibly start looking for inside trips and knees.
I know Dan Deane in some of his previous fights had struggled in this position, being out muscled, but he's fighting at a lower weight class this time, and I don't think it's going to be a problem.
He dropped a decision in the 77 kilo title fight, and then had a fortunate submission loss in his last outing in September. He's looking to get back to winning ways here in the lightweight division.
He's one of those guys that even when it doesn't go his way, he still looks good. It's, no one is going to own Dan Deane. He's just too talented. And now
too hard of a worker, yeah, exactly. Looking to reverse positions that have been difficult for him in the past.
He's looked like he's been out-muscled in some of these positions before, but not this time. At this weight division, he looks so strong.
just want to see his head position a little bit lower under the chin. It's hard when you're a taller fighter, but that can really be the difference against a smaller one.
Yeah, it's all about that head position affecting their posture.
He can get his hips in front now. He can look to trip him back if he wants to. He's got to ignore those punches to the head.
What does Sebastin need to do from this position, Steve?
Sebastin needs to come up high with his right hand, like he's almost like trying to Superman out of there. Get his hips in front, try to make Deane react to that, and then push away into open play. Or he can obviously collapse down on, collect the legs.
Look at this grinding of Deane. This is, I haven't seen him quite fight like this before. Just working at this weight division.
He's got great cardio too, does Deane. Sebastin Fossen, more of a question mark here. Deane, a good gym, all the same.
Deane's one of those guys constantly posting on Facebook about how far and how fast he's run. I'm not a runner, Steve. It makes me feel sad every time I see it.
What are you running from? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who needs to run?
Deane's just running himself towards a fight. That's what he always thinks he's running to. I see him break away a little bit here.
Yeah, we know he's got great striking. He's worked with Neil McLeod in the past. He's got some nice Thai boxing. He's now working with Rich over at Roger Gracie Academy Aylesbury. He has a fantastic Muay Thai program. Oh, and that's what we're seeing, the knees. Sebastin's doing very well though. Blocking, fighting for position all the time.
Oh, Deane's got a body lock here. Can he suck in the hips? Start looking maybe to trip him forward or backwards.
They're pretty close round, any little thing can make
10-second warning in this first. This will be very exhausting for both fighters in their upper bodies here. To come right into just a wrestling match against the cage.
Big knees, very big knees.
They do dig right into the body, dig into the legs. Both fighters a bit winded right now.
And
Deane taking the stool.
Yeah, in the corner of Daniel Deane, we see Roger Gracie black belt Kev Cable, bit of a legend on the UK MMA and Jiu-Jitsu scene. Real OG, one of those guys that was fighting in slightly weird rings in sports centres 20 years ago. And, been there, done it. Multiple-time European Jiu-Jitsu black belt champion. And that's the kind of valuable advice you want when you're fighting.
Yeah, little adjustments can make a big difference here.
But we know that Bergen MMA, they've had a really successful evening. They've come over here, you know, they travelled from Norway here. They're not going to travel all their distance and bring a load of bad fighters. They're going to bring some monsters, and they have.
They really have. There we go. There's the call to the bell for the second round.
Who's got the better cardio? I mean, Dan did take the stool, but I've always been a fan of taking the stool. I like a little sit down between rounds, Steve. What about you?
Never. Because then I got to stand back up.
Maybe it's a tall guy for me.
Yeah, probably. I'm so short, I'm so close to the ground, I'm pretty much sitting all the time anyway. There you go, he's flashing the jab out, checks the kick. Is it going to be more of that? Oh, he's looking at dart in is Sebastin Fossen.
Yeah, that was very quick flurry. Blitz style. Oh, Superman off the cage.
A lot of different looks here, but that's it for Deane. One leg kick.
Yeah. Sebastin really mixing it up, and Deane kind of keeping it simple. Oh, lovely! Oh, spinning hook kick.
No. There you go. That's what Deane says. Gives a spinning kick, takes it off the dome.
Wow, that recovers. Very close to being stopped there. I'm sure the referee had a very good look at it, Mr. Alan Jackson. What a comeback there for Deane. Oh, drops the gum shield.
He put his gum shield out on purpose.
That makes no sense, because he's the one that caused the damage.
He runs up. Oh, good stand up there from Deane.
Yep.
Sebastin Fossen looks for it again. They've restarted here. Maybe a little bit of time there for Deane to recover. Yes. Shake the cobwebs out. This is where conditioning can really help.
He definitely got caught big by that wheel kick. When you get dropped with a shot like that, it's always the danger of the referee jumping in and stopping it right there and then, trying to save the fight, taking more damage. But Deane really rallied well. Oh, more spinning. Deane's had enough of it.
There's a knee up the body in the middle here. Now it'll be interesting to see if he can break away here. He's got his hand across the hips, does Deane. I wonder if he was to pull guard.
We know that he's got very good jiu-jitsu, but I think the corner, he listened to his corner, Deane's corner, not happy with his guard pull. Now he's working for a guillotine, then a guard pull. That'd be much more intelligent.
got deep. He's got to connect those hands.
We know he's strong. We know he's got good submissions.
Now he's got to pull. Now he's got to pull and try to angle himself into the middle of the mat.
He's doing a lot of training at the Roger Gracie Academy. And Sebastin very aware of this. He's seen this in the gym many times. Such a common thing, the guillotine, basically just a headlock backwards.
I wonder if Dan is trying to
get a Kimura grip.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, very beautifully set up from half. You can still get Kimura from half. But Sebastin's doing a good job keeping the arm straight. Dan Deane's going to have to muscle it back. It's going to be difficult.
Really jam it towards his hips and then try to elevate it.
Oh, he's in a better position now to bend it. Sometimes you can let it go over your head and then take the back, but not from half. That's the problem. Now he's committed to it. He's got to stick to it, otherwise he's going to be in a bad position. Let's see, now he's in the bottom of half. Kind of rubber guard head control going on there.
He's done really well to recover from that knockdown.
Yeah, he's done excellent.
You got to wonder how that damage is going to play off into the third round. He's
looking triangle with short time.
Fossen rolls out of it.
What an exciting round that was, Steve. Very backwards and forwards.
Sorry to have let my emotions go there. I just know how hard Dan Deane is training, and for him to get knocked down like that, it was incredible to see him recover.
I'm sure Sebastin's been training just as hard, and we can see that with his fantastic cardio displayed. And that, to throw a spinning wheel kick like that, that is a high-level move. And not only that, he's a bit shorter than Dan Deane, so he's throwing it way above his own head height. That's a very impressive kick. With a lot of respect to Sebastin, Fossen, from Bergen MMA. It's a fight like this, Steve, I'm always glad it's carrying on. You know, every round is so much more exciting. I want to see what happens in round 3. Could be a round apiece. The first round was very, very close. Not a huge amount, just Dan Deane holding against the cage, but I feel like he probably did enough. Then round 2, probably Sebastin with that knockdown. So round 3 could be all to play for here. 10-second warning.
Touch of gloves. A lot more respect here in the third round than there was in the first.
Yep.
A little bit more footwork from Deane. He's just plodding forward.
Yeah.
He's a slip and slide.
Got to be careful of those kicks. Sebastin knows they work. He's going to be looking to set it up. Sebastin is looking to spin.
Yeah, you see his front foot showing that shoulder to see the reaction of Dan Deane.
Yeah. Nice knees for Dan Deane. No good reversal position.
Looking to dig in for that double underhook.
Yeah, there's so much to play for in round 3 here.
Looking to drag him before.
Oh, lost the position. He did so well.
He needs to get up and spin in now.
Yeah, he could finish on top if he aggressively turns to his right. I think he's holding the leg, trying to stop Sebastin coming up, but it's just not the right thing to do. He keeps coming out that way. That's better, Dan Deane, and get on top and get on top. Excellent.
Very good. Also, little scramble there ends up in his favor there. Almost had the back to Sebastin.
Yeah, Sebastin also, very close to taking the back, countering that throw. Now he's working close guard from the bottom, kind of getting submissions going. Dan Deane peppering the body with some shots there. It's going to be so hard to score, Steve.
It all depends on how that first round went, really, right now. It's the second round, you've got to give it to Sebastin Fossen.
Yeah, I'm sure. But this third round, I mean, Sebastin was briefly almost had the back, but Deane's been on top. Now a large chunk of the round. But we do, when we're scoring, we're trying to score aggression and damage, not just the position.
Damage, aggression, control, right? Those 3.
But it's often in that order. That's the thing.
So who's done the damage, and the knockdown's the damage.
Yeah,
the second round. But the second round is just it's a loan. It's a vacuum. It's not included in the first and third round.
Yeah.
You get to that bell, and it's all to play for in the next one. Battle Arena 58. And what we've got is an amazing lightweight tilt that you're enjoying there, ladies and gentlemen. RGA Bucks standout Dan Deane recovered from a spinning heel kick knockdown. Sebastin Fossen now on his back, maybe looking to set up some submission attempts, but the time is running down.
Yeah, he's not really getting anything going from the bottom. He's not trying to work a high guard or control the wrist or overwrap an arm. He's just
Deane's
covering
controlling
up.
well and staying busy enough.
Yeah.
There's 10 seconds left. We won't get the finish. We'll get the judges' scorecards instead. Oh, very, very evenly matched fight. Short and powerful, long and rangy. Both fighters giving it their all, leaving it out there on the mat, fighting right to the buzzer. Dan Deane's got his hands up. He thinks he's won. Sebastin Fossen's got his hands up. He thinks he's won. It's a good thing that we've got the judges to go to, because they're going to make the decision for us. I'm going to go to Chris Benson live in the cage, and he's going to give us a little insight into what just happened here. Go to the judges' scorecard. Hello, I'm here with your winner, Dan Deane from RGA Bucks. Dan, how does it feel getting that decision victory after a knockdown in the second?
Awesome, man. It was a good fight, tough opponent from a good gym, but real good to get back in the winning side of things. Yeah, awesome, man.
You've never had an opponent that you completely dominated. You've got that head kick KO from about a year and a half ago,
yeah,
but you keep fighting the best of the best. Is that where you really want to be?
Definitely, man. I've had an unlucky year, 2 tough losses so far against real good opponents, but you know, that's why I'm here. I get my amateur experience in now. I'm learning. I ain't got a big combat experience in any other field. I'll get my learning in there and I'll come good. And I'll be a threat at the pro level watch.
Well, Dan, we love watching you fight. We can't wait to have you back on here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Go off and celebrate.
I'll just say one thing.
Yep.
Thank God first and foremost. Thank you to my sponsor, Minotaur Fight Store. Thank you to RGA Bucks and the whole team there. Also Neil McLeod and Rachel McLeod. Got me my all-round basics MMA first. And thank you to Battle Arena, a great show to compete on.
Thank you, Dan.
Much love, brother. Cheers.
Much love. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to the cage for the action.